Hello. So I'm back. I had a bit of a break with uni work because it all got a bit hectic and I was busy living my life. But I'm back and I'm motivated to make videos again, which is lovely. So this week we're going to be having a look at Notion, which is the kind of organisational online thing that I use to organise my life. I tend to have a lot going on at once, so I really need a good system of organisation, and oh my god, Notion has been a dream since I found it. I think a lot of other study tuber people use it, and that's kind of how I found out about it. Basically, what's wonderful about it is its flexibility. It's free for students as well, which is great, but you just get a page and you make more pages within it, and you can link databases, and you can make templates and use the templates, and it sounds really complicated, and I think to begin with it's a bit daunting because you just have a blank sheet and you have to build your own planner basically, but that means that it can be tailored so specifically to what you need, and that's lovely. So I thought it would be nice today to share how I use Notion and how far I've got. There's definitely a lot of pages in my Notion that are not complete, and it's not as perfectly decorated as it could be, but it's a process of learning, so I'm sure I will make another video much later when I've got much more of my head around Notion and I'll be able to show you a lot cooler stuff. But for this video we're looking at what it's like now, because realistically this is how I use it and it works. So I'll let myself take it away. So this is the main page of my Notion. This is where everything is kept. And the little picture at the top is actually a tapestry that I saw in Paris, and funnily enough is the Hogwarts Common Room tapestry. So the section here just has all my lists in, so it's got a master to-do list which has everything I need to get done at the moment. It's got a food shop list, so when I go food shopping I can plan there. It's just got a general list of things I might need to pick up, and a Christmas list because it's Christmas. I also have so I write down the weather every week, and I just find this really useful to stay in contact with the outside world a bit, so I know what it's going to look like. And I also plan my meals, just so that when I come to write my food shop list, it's a bit easier to know what I need to put down there, because I've got all the ideas in one place. Underneath that, I've got the life hub, so I split it into professional life, interest and personal life. Most of these pages are pretty undeveloped, so uni, YouTube, the life plan and my impossible list are actually the main ones that I've done anything with. I'd like to do stuff with the others, I just haven't quite got around to it yet. So I think to begin with, we're going to go into uni 2021, because that is where the majority of my Notion life is. So this is everything I need for university. I have goals for the year on the right. I have a separate page for specific goals, but I just pop all of the university ones in here so I can see them. I have courses where I put all of my modules so I can get easy access to all the information for them, and societies is all of my society stuff. Underneath that I have the to-do list, which is relevant to uni. So what's really clever about Notion is I can pull out just the uni specific ones and get them to show up on this page so that I can see everything I need to do for university. Then I have a weekly schedule, so that's just my schedule for the week, what I need to get done regularly. And underneath that I have course notes. I don't really access course notes this way, but this is where the main database is, so this is literally every single page I've made about course notes, which I can view from there if I want to. Let's go into one of my courses to see what they look like. So we're going into this one, which is a fire because it's English Lit. So I just put key information about it, so how many credits it is, when I'm doing it. Weekly to-do list for this one, so what I need to get done, because most of it's on Canvas at the moment, which is university learning platform. I have my course notes, so as you can see each week I just make my lecture and my seminar notes here. For the lecture notes, it's a lecture, so this is actually one about womanism and black feminism, so I just write down all of the notes on here so that I can access them again easily when I need to see them. And the seminar notes, in theory I do seminar prep here and write notes for my seminar, but it's week 8, I don't have time to be doing that, so it's literally just the seminar questions. Underneath that, this is the readings for it, so this is everything I have read for this module so far. I actually need to add a few more things in, but as you can see I put themes from them, so I can search by theme in a massive database of all the readings I've done for all of my modules. And that makes it really easy to pick out readings that might be relevant to, say, an essay I'm writing or anything I'm researching. And I think it's a really, really clever bit of Notion that is probably one of the main reasons I love using it so much. So we're going back just to have a quick look at one of my society pages. This is much more basic. I've just pulled out the to-do list, things that are relevant to this society, and then just have some pages. Going on to YouTube next, this is where I have all my ideas for my YouTube videos and where I keep them. So I have it in a calendar view to begin with, which just allows me to plan week by week what I might film so I can see it in the bigger picture. My Wi-Fi didn't load here, so you can't see what that one is. And actually the next one I'm going to click on isn't even correct, so not giving away any secrets about what you'll be seeing soon. But I can change the view of this table. So this is a different view which shows you what videos I haven't started and which videos I've completed. And it's just a really quick way of writing down ideas, and then once they're in progress, if they're a bit more long term, I can remember that they're happening. This is the life plan. This is something I wrote during lockdown, and I just find it super easy and useful to map out like my future and what it might look like and where I want to achieve goals. I don't think this is for everyone, but for me, I just think it's much easier for me to like be able to visualize stuff. I feel much less panicked if I kind of know what I want to achieve and can plan when I might achieve that. It's super flexible. I don't feel tied to it in any way, and I probably need to look up and update it soon, but I like it. This is my impossible list. I made a video about this a few months ago, I think. So it's just all of my goals. I have the yearly ones out there, but then I have all of the life goals on the side, so I can go through and see what I've written down that I might want to achieve in my life. And that's my Notion. It's not very developed, but it works for me. So that was what it looks like. As I kind of said in the introduction, there's a lot more I want to do with it. I want to explore a lot of the features like the templates that people use. I know Untitled Chapter does a lot of journaling on there, and I think that would be super interesting, but it's not something I've really had time to explore yet. I'd obviously love to complete the rest of the pages that I haven't done, so I think there's a lot more I could do in terms of professional life on there. I really need to work a bit on my CV, so I think finding Notion as a tool to do that could be really useful. And also I want to find a way to be more regular in keeping up with my friends and being more consistent with that, because I'm really bad at staying in contact with people who aren't like right in front of me. And I actually think I could find a way to use Notion to do that. I just need to take a bit of time and invest a little bit of time into that. And finally, I'd love to decorate it a bit more, because who doesn't like pretty organisational things? So at some point when I actually don't have loads of assignments to write, or maybe when I do and I'm just procrastinating next week, I'll sit down and I'll probably make it look a little bit prettier at some point in the future. But I'm really happy with it. It really works well for me, and I'd encourage you, if you like organisational software, to have a look at it, because it might be useful. I would love to know if other people use Notion and how you use it, and if you have any tips and tricks, because I basically self-taught myself. I will probably go down a YouTube hole and watch those the tutorials at some point, but it actually surprisingly hasn't happened yet. Before I leave you, my parting revelation of the week is Peter from Bake Off. We love Peter. Actually has a YouTube channel from like 2 years ago, and I think it's gold dust, so if anyone wants access to that piece of information, I'm going to leave the link to that in the description, because that's a little bit of joy that we all need in our lives right now. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you back next week.